next week we will have a new president, or will there suddenly be a U-turn?
Oh no, I don't think that'll be the case. Next week we will be celebrating the inauguration of Joe Biden, but in the meantime, I think it's time that we celebrated the fact that Donald Trump is the only president in American history to be impeached twice.
A majority of the U.S. House of Representatives has voted to impeach President Donald Trump for a second time. This just 1 week after giving a speech that was followed by a mob of his supporters storming the U.S. Capitol. Eyewitness News reporter Josh Haskell joins us live with the latest developments. Josh.
Yeah, that's right. With President Trump being impeached, we now know the Capitol riot hurt his standing among Republicans, with 10 joining Democrats in voting yes.
The House Resolution 40 is hereby adopted.
President Trump is now the first president in U.S. history to be impeached twice. The House of Representatives voting 232 to 197 in favor of incitement of insurrection, with 10 Republicans voting to impeach.
A police officer was killed, and what I hear is time to heal. He's not even buried yet.
It endures because at every juncture, every pivotal moment, when evil threatened to overtake good, patriotic Americans step forward to say enough. This is one of those moments.
President Trump will be leaving in 7 days. Let's try to heal this nation. Let's listen to the American people. This is the people's house. Let's operate for the people. This country is hurting. The people are hurting. Our colleagues are hurting. This is a reckless impeachment. This will only bring up the hate and fire more than ever before.
In the middle of the debate, President Trump released a statement that was read by his ally, Congressman Jim Jordan, but still didn't take responsibility for last week's riot at the Capitol.
I urge that there must be no violence, no lawbreaking, no vandalism of any kind. This is not what I stand for. It is not what America stands for. I call on all Americans to help ease tensions.
But House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy placed blame on President Trump and debunked a myth pushed by some Republicans, including the president, that Antifa was behind last week's attack.
The president bears responsibility for Wednesday's attack on Congress by mob rioters. He should have immediately denounced the mob when he saw what was unfolding. These facts require immediate action by President Trump. Accept his share of responsibility, quell the brewing unrest, and ensure President-elect Biden is able to successfully begin his term.
Now the debate shifts to the Senate, and Mitch McConnell has indicated that he would like to hold the trial after President Trump leaves office on January 20th. But the Senate trial could start on the 19th, depending on when Speaker Pelosi sends the article of impeachment to the Senate. Reporting live in Glendale, Josh Haskell, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Josh, thank you. National Guard members taking a break in the halls of Capitol Hill today. They've been helping provide security ahead of the presidential inauguration and in the wake of last week's riots. The heavy security surrounds the Capitol building and the White House as well. Road closures are in place around Pennsylvania Avenue, and metal fencing reinforced by concrete barriers have been placed around the complex.
Yeah, those images of troops there lying on the floor of the Capitol. These are people who have been around the world. They've gone to sleep underneath trees in Iraq. They've been in the desert. They've been in mud. They've probably slept in a lot of locations. But I bet there was not one moment where they thought they would wake up on the floor of the Capitol building in the United States in case there was a hostile force invade. I think that, above everything else, explains how screwed up, how fucked up this mess has got over the last year alone. I mean, 4 years we've had a build up to this. The first 2 years were like a foundation course. We sort of saw where it was going. White nationalism creeping in Charlottesville, good people on both sides. This is where it was heading. It was always going to end up here. We said it on this show time and time and time again, till we're sick of talking about it.
We've said it many times as well to our fellow candidate in Alaska.
I know.
So we've not had Tom on since, so hopefully we'll get Tom on next week and see what he's got to say for himself. Does he still support the party as it is? Do they need to get rid of a certain section of the party? And as this experiment, which it was 4 years, this experiment, it's been a failure, obviously.
Well, here's the thing. The New York Post they were saying that they've been speaking to people, sources in the Capitol, who were saying that Mitch McConnell is actually leaning very much towards getting rid of him. But here's the thing. We've seen a lot of left-wing channels, including a lot of channels I watch, where a lot of socialist, left-leaning people were saying, well, there's no point, it's a joke, it's over with now, why are you impeaching him now? It stops him running again, and you will be surprised.
Potentially,
it will.
Potentially,
you only need a majority vote in the Senate. You've got 100.
17
no,
votes.
you don't. Not to stop him running again. Not to stop him running again. If you impeach him and remove him from office, you then can have a vote on punishment.
Right.
The punishment is a majority vote, 51 to 49.
But to get it through impeached is a majority of 17 required.
Yes, I know, but the fact that it's a low bar means that more people will be encouraged to go and do it, because they know that it'll be the Democrats that will vote it through at that point. They won't ban him from running again. They'll be seen to have punished him. Democrats will do the 50. They'll do the 50 votes plus Kamala Harris, and they will push it over the line. And I think that's how they're going to get away with it. And then they will try to sell it to their voters that, well, it wasn't us that stopped him running again. We were happy with it. Yeah, bollocks. They want him out of the party.
Instant times.
Here is a very easy way of doing it.
Thank you for watching. I'm impressed. You've passed the IQ test and got this far, so let's press that button. Let's do the last thing that helps us. It's got subscribe on it, you can't miss it, and please ring the bell for notifications of future videos.